It was so fun to play. Hit all of the things that I look for as an actor, and that's all because of Liz, I think. And yeah.
You're nice.
Put the knife down.
I'm just gesturing,
I know,
okay?
but you're all hyped up, so put the knife
Well, I'm not gonna kill you.
down. So put it down.
We deserve to have the house of our dreams.
Okay, you're hiding something.
What point is this show trying to make about the importance of communicating with the people that you love?
I feel like it's a lesson that I just continue to learn over and over again, not just in my personal relationships, but also in professional relationships. Like, you cannot over communicate, you know, like it's communication clears up most tension. It might be a hard conversation to have, but when you're through it and you're on the other side, you'll be better off for it. I mean, I'm not trying to hit anybody over the head with a lesson or anything, but I'm just sort of trying to write from my own experience, which is, I just wish I would have said this sooner. I should have been more clear. Or, you know, you could have told me that and I would have been able to handle it. You know, I think we're very often protecting our loved ones from things about ourselves that we fear they won't accept.
It's telling stories about how relationships get severely strained when there's a secret. So it's the hardest thing to do, is to tell your significant other bad news, you know, something bad. It's scary.
The only thing I keep from my wife is if I've finished off the Entenmann's, I tell her, I don't know, it wasn't me.
Well, that's smart. That's keeping the peace.
Okay, everybody has their secret, good or bad. Everyone's got a secret. And then one of the major kind of character flaws from the show that people also share is kind of striving for more than they have. You know, whether it's a different car, or a different house, or a different job, or even a different spouse. Never quite satisfied, which, you know, I think people used to see as like a particularly LA kind of character flaw, but I mean, now I go other towns, and I think because of like reality TV and Twitter and X and the Kardashian effect, I think it's much more widespread than it used to be.
Look at Margot. She looks like an AI-generated bitch.
But do you like Margot? Because I can't tell.
If you're serious about making an offer, think about a number and then go way above that.
You look like a nice couple.
Just make sure we find the right buyers.
We have to get out of here before we both lose our minds.
I think with all of these characters across the board, they're all holding on to so many secrets, so many lies, so many hopes and dreams, and the secrets and lies they tell in order to achieve them. And so the one that Denise has been holding on to for 40 years is such a huge one that I think it says a lot about her character and what's important to her. And a lot of times we make our own messes by not telling the truth, and that some things can get handled and dealt with. They might be huge in that moment, but you can work your way through them if you just talk about it and communicate about it. And then sometimes it's just better to just hold that to yourself, because some people don't need to know all things. And that's probably, that's the thing that's getting them in trouble, that part.
I think it's one of those things where they say, if you ask yourself a question, your mind will answer it, right? And so I think she knows about him that if she asks that question of him, she's leading him to just hear, we make a great team. So, you know, she's asking him, don't we make a great team? And all you can hear, like they talk about with parenting too, like don't say what you don't want, like don't touch that hot stove, because then all they hear is hot stove, you know, and then they're curious. I think it's one of those principles where what I ask is really what I want you to repeat back to me. Like, don't we make a great team? It's almost like a
I feel like JD right now. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
It's working.
Oh my God, are you okay?
I'm fine. Oh, maybe we could go into your house and get some ice?
No.